Hello illustrious elucidation chemistry graduate, let's go! Almost all of the Perseus crew were petrified except 4 people. Those 4 people are the Recon team sent to find the location of platinum on Treasure Island. Well, that big news aside, the Recon team also find clues that might lead them to someone that may help them escape from petrification. With the power of forensic science, they come into contact with Amaryllis, a girl that doesn't seem to be willing to be married to the island's master. But she cannot refuse because the master seems to hold the power to turn people into statues. While interacting with Amaryllis, a mob of villagers revolted, causing chaos in Amaryllis village. Cyan saves the day again with the tear gas as riot suppression tool. In this video, I want to focus on the fingerprint that's revealed by cyanoacrylate, the centrifuge used to get information from Amaryllis' hair, and the chloroacetone tear gas. Our fingers have ridges that's unique from people to people. Those fingers also release all sorts of chemicals in form of sweat and oil. Sweat contains mostly water, obviously, but not only that, it also contains salts, amino acids, and other compounds like lactic acid and urea. Sometimes they are very visible, but at other times they are invisible. To make fingerprints visible, various chemicals can react with the sweat and oil in fingerprints. The one that we use in the manga is cyanoacrylate, which was used as medical adhesive in Tsukasa surgery in Season 2 Episode 11, the last episode of Season 2. As I have explained before, cyanoacrylate polymerizes in contact with moisture, and that includes the sweat in a fingerprint. If it's not obvious already to reach the fingerprint, the cyanoacrylate must be heated so it vaporizes into the shell. There are other chemicals that can make fingerprints visible, such as ninhydrin that reacts with amino acids in sweat, or silver nitrate that reacts with the salts in sweat, especially the chloride ion. I guess the reason Senku uses cyanoacrylate instead of ninhydrin or silver nitrate is simply because he doesn't have the other two, especially silver nitrate that involves nitric acid, which is still rare at this point of the story, and is the reason Kingdom of Science came to the Treasure Island. In the manga, Senku also uses black light or UV light to reveal the fingerprint in addition to the cyanoacrylate. If I understand correctly, the fingerprint produced will be visible in white, so UV light is unnecessary. If the surface is also white, then just transfer the fingerprint to a tape. Moreover, with UV, there should be another ingredient besides cyanoacrylate. It's fluorescent dyes or stain. There are all sorts of dyes like the one this website sells, and I don't know if Senku has this made off screen. Probably not. Next is the centrifuge. The function of a centrifuge is to separate liquids or objects with different density quickly. The denser or heavier the liquid, the more it sinks. This is achieved by spinning. Speed! I don't want to get too deep with the physics, but spinning causes the test tube to feel centrifugal force, which pushes denser liquid more, so that's why it sinks. This one by Kohaku is obviously very primitive, and not very safe if the rope in Kohaku's hand slips or breaks, so machines are used. Fun fact, unlike Kohaku's centrifuge that only needs one sample, centrifuge machine needs balanced inputs or else the machine might break. Because of that, usually you need at least 2 test tubes. If you only have one sample, just fill the other with water about the same weight. The last one is the production of tear gas chloroacetone. Looks like we have a short organic synthesis here. In this manga panel, it says that it's produced from stewed wood, or wood vinegar, like the one when they made plastic. I initially thought that this step is wrong, because I said in Season 1 Episode 23, this process of wood distillation produces mainly methanol, which we don't need right now. Turns out it's not only methanol, it's wood vinegar, which according to Wikipedia also has acetone, which we want, and acetic acid, which can be processed further to convert into acetone. Of course, if we want more acetic acid, there is always another method we already know, that is from alcohol fermentation. The shell, which represents calcium carbonate or calcium hydroxide, can react with acetic acid to become calcium acetate. Dry distillation of this compound produces acetone, and this was the main method to produce acetone industrially until World War I. Ken didn't know this scientific item, but acetone is also known as nail polish remover. Ken, as a man, possibly have never used nail polish, and neither have I. But I used a lot of acetone in my final project in university, because it's a common solvent. The other ingredient to chloroacetone is chlorine, which is obtained in Season 1 Episode 13 using saltwater electrolysis, so skip. To create chloroacetone, you apparently only need to bubble chlorine into acetone according to this video. Alternatively, the chlorine can be supplied using a certain solid that produces chlorine in acid, according to this old deleted NALRAD video. I think this reaction resembles something that most people learn in high school chemistry. If we switch chlorine with another halogen iodine and add base like sodium hydroxide, this new reaction will produce yellow precipitate. This is iodoform reaction, and in high school organic chemistry, this is usually taught as the way to identify if a compound has a methyl ketone group. If we switch the iodine with chlorine again, this makes chloroform, which everyone knows is a solvent that can be used as anesthetic to kidnap people in movies. Without that iodoform and chloroform digression, the overall diagram to this organic synthesis is like this. In conclusion, sweat from our fingers can start the polymerization of cyanoacrylate vapor, forming white polymer in the shape of the fingerprint. I think the use of UV lights is unnecessary. Spinning a test tube very fast is a legit method to separate chemicals according to their density, and it's usually done with a machine. To produce chloroacetone, chlorine and acetone are needed. The former is obtained from electrolyzing salt water, the latter from processing wood vinegar. Wood vinegar already contains acetone, and also acetic acid that can be also transformed into acetone, using calcium acetate as intermediate. This chloroacetone reaction resembles iodoform reaction or chloroform reaction. The main ingredient missing is base or sodium hydroxide. That's all I have for now. I recommend the video of Season 2 Episode 11, where Senku made the cyanoacrylate that's used in this chapter.